I'm just gonna go ahead and say classrooms are a drag. Lectures are a drag. Whenever someone's just they have their clicker and PowerPoint slide, this yada yada click, this yada 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 click. It's a drag. It's a drag. It's a drag. I don't get any sort of satisfaction whenever I am cramming and cramming and cramming for some stupid Scantron exam, and I'm not gonna take that exam and my pencil that I took to bubble in my letters and go to an employer during an interview, say, look at this grade I got. I had an A+, and these are the bubbles I filled in, and this is the pencil that I used. Can you hire me?
They should sponsor us.
I also nearly backed into Rico earlier. Despite the fact you guys having trouble getting the
Experiential education is nothing more than an attempt to crash the industry and the classroom together.
We draw you out, we take you out in smaller groups. That's the big part of it, because you're going to get a lot of one-on-one time with the instructor, and it's not just about knowledge gain. It's in an abstract sense, it's about knowledge gain in a very practical, applied sense.
All right, so you see how the further I zoom in, the more it's actually...
It really is the best attempt that we can make to create a class where the professional expectations of that industry overlay a classroom environment. And what that usually necessitates is changing that environment up.
I'd rather be doing this than taking a test.
Our adventure media course, well, at least for the past 2 years, has been based on a central expeditionary component that takes place over spring break.
Bikepacking is like a weird combination of mountain biking and backpacking. So in backpacking, you're self-sufficient, you have everything in your pack or on your body. And mountain biking, you're traversing a trail. And so what bikepacking is where you've taken all the self-sufficiency of backpacking and you put it onto your mountain bike.
Not bad. Where's the middle? There it is.
So this is a way to create a class for students to get a taste of what it's like to be pushed into this industry, to be thrown in the deep end, get an idea to think beyond just the boxes that they carry around that have lenses attached to them, and think about a special type of media that they're producing, a special type of story that they're telling.
I mean, a lot of these cool documentaries, you know, you don't see this kind of process that, you know, setting up camp, riding through the mountains. I mean, a lot of those outdoor, you know, backcountry, a lot of those just like stories of a shepherd out somewhere in the valley, you know, you use these kind of techniques to get to it. And so I think it's shown me a lot of what real life production work goes into, you know, instead of just watching the final product, this is how you make the final product. So I think that's given me a lot of great experience in terms of that. So yeah.
In a classroom, you basically just sit there and take notes a lot of the time, and this is a more learning by doing kind of situation. And I've always found that I learn best learning by doing, kind of putting your hands on and actually physically learning.
So experiential education is not the end-all be-all of an education experience. You do need to learn concepts. You do need to have some information gain that frankly is just better distributed to you in a large lecture format. So the adventure media class at Texas Tech is really unique. To the best of our knowledge, it's the only class like it in the country, if not the world. This class puts you in a situation to create all of the things that we've always talked about or shown you or had you critique other people's work. And now it's like, okay, like you can actually go do that.
Come on, Ryan.
107 at least.
Okay.
You just almost died!
There's always a risk of failure. Now, risk of failure when you're mountain biking means you fall. Risk of failure in the ad industry means you get fired. So yeah, there are different scales, but both are pretty painful. And I think that particularly for the students that want to go be storytellers, they want to go tell these things to other people about what they see and where they go. No one cares what you shot from the sidewalk.
Classes like this benefit students in a lot of different ways, and it was pretty interesting seeing several students transform in some ways as a result of the class. I love seeing students that I don't think are going to make it up that mountain get up that mountain. I really love seeing students that come across as being extremely timid find something that they can just rock, and they gain confidence because they know other people are watching going, wow, that's incredible.
Go, Ian, go.
Nice job. Good job, bud.
Go, 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 go.
Nice. Yeah! Woo! Right. Yeah! Good job.
I almost got it.
Hey, good job. Excellent work. Right there, right there, right there, right there. Go, 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 go. Oh!
Oh, man.
All right, go back down, start over.
This is something totally different that right in your face, you're introduced to something different and so many things to think about versus classroom. You kind of get into a routine, just wake up at 8, I go to my class, I come back out, I know I've got tests to study for, so on and so forth. Those are really valuable experiences. The knowledge in there is really good. This just does it in a different space and in a different way. So I can see where students can kind of get a little disgruntled taking a class like this and then going back to the regular class.
I've yet to teach one of these classes where the group by the end of it wasn't like bonded in a way that's totally unique. With students that would have never met, that they would, and even if they had met, they would not have been friends, right? And now you have this unique experience that crosses majors, it crosses hometowns, it crosses, political ideologies and, gender and sexuality and all these different things, and it puts you in this one kind of bonded group that group will always have that trip that they went on. And so for me, I think the more diverse class, the better for this kind of thing. So if you can get everybody that has a different major, awesome. Like that's going to be so much fun sitting around at night, eating your food out of your bag, asking them, what do you do? And like, what do you want to do with your life? I've yet to be on one of these trips where we didn't come back and the students weren't just bonded in this really unique way that you would not have been able to predict before.